Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back on the power level account. And as you've seen earlier, we did a early team formation where we started building out a couple of heroes. We got our wish list set with all of the heroes that we we're looking to build. Now we're looking more into mid game. So honestly, when you start going through, I would probably say around chapter 16, 18 kind of gets out of early game and we start getting into mid game. As you can see right here, guys, we're in 24-44. Again, looking at the formations that we're utilizing, we're going to look at the campaign, but I want to run through the roster, kind of what we have going on here with the mid game. So again, looking at the list that we're kind of building out, we're building out Scarlet, we're building out Rowan. We also do have Palmer in there. I have Rosaline in here as well. So again, staying very true to the wish list. Now, one that we did get in here, guys, was Sonya. Unfortunately, I haven't got any copies of Hendrik. I've only gotten one so far. So Sonya, we actually got, again, lucky with the summons. So this is what I've been building with the Light Bears. And this has been the team that I've been pushing tower progression as well. Essentially swapping out Hendrik for Sonya until I do get more copies of Hendrik. Because even right there, guys, I got a third copy, which means that we could almost get them with a little bit more food built up a little bit higher. Now, looking at our maulers, again, we're building out Brutus. We have Kren in here. I also do have Antandra. Anasta, we still do have right here as well. These were two K-Sauce and Namisu that we actually used early game. Again, because we had them very, very early. Scrag, we need a little bit more food, but look at the copies of Scrag, guys. We are set for him. So again, going back to the wish list, looking at the formations that we're building, we have Scrag in here, we have Kren, we have Brutus, we have Anasa and Antandra to fill out the team. Looking at our Wilders, we have Mishka, we have Nevi, just like we wanted. We have Raku in here. Now within this formation, Nevi, you can see we just need a little bit more food and we can actually build her up a little bit further. I got early copies of Laika and also Raku. I got some early copies and Namora. Now, as you can see in here, guys, we've only pulled one copy of Iran. I tried him a little bit. It seems like at this level, we do need a couple more copies of him to actually be effective. But overall, guys, Wilder's doing pretty well. Same with the Graveborn. So we built Daimon. Like we were saying in the last video with the early game going into mid game, guys, Daimon is the carry. We added the furniture on him. We have all the tier 1 gear plus 20 signature item. Short of building out additional furniture, this is where he is going to stay, guys. We're not engraving him at this point, but we are going to keep him exactly where he is. We can get his gear leveled up a little bit more. We can also get some more furniture pieces on him, but this is where Daimon is going to stay. Now, looking at our Celestials and our Hypogens, we got lucky. We pulled this one copy of Taylene, which again, as a tank, works pretty well because you have the SB effect within formations. But I did pull the copy of the Twins, and then I did get a second copy of the Twins, which you can see here, guys. And again, we're going to go through kind of the mid game. I'm going to show you where we're at, kind of the direction we're going. And here we got Zolrath and we got Frampton again, random pulls in there. Then, of course, the dimensionals, early game, mid game. You might garrison a hero, but a lot of players are not going to have any copies of those heroes to garrison whatsoever. So looking at our formation, again, they're at 271. So we're trying to get over the level 200 hump. Now, looking again at mid game, Daimon is at 220. You can see we did get Oden at that 200 level. Everybody else in our team is at 180. So a lot of players say, hey, I get to a certain point, you stop progression, which is what naturally happens in AFK Arena. So again, with a Daimon carry, I've been running Daimon behind Brutus, which works incredibly well. You can also swap Daimon running behind Mishka, but with this combination, with Daimon actually being protected from Brutus, Brutus's immunity shield will actually pop, allowing Daimon and giving Daimon the time to scale. In addition, guys, we are running Rowan in here again because I don't have Palmer built up. When we stopped playing this account, probably about 2 months ago at this point, which is kind of crazy, we had just literally gotten Rowan to the point of unlocking his signature item because he is still one of the heroes that you want to build up to that plus 30 signature item. As much as Palmer has kind of replaced the hero, he can also run side by side with Palmer. They will actually work in formations together. Again, thinking early game, mid game, until you get Palmer built up, until you get a couple of these heroes built up, because I believe when I built Rowan, we did not have Palmer. Palmer was not released when we were building out Rowan in this formation, which means we could have put him in there, but this is going to allow, essentially, this team is going to, again, right there, very early, you can see Daimon even coming out. So this team has crowd control. So we are dealing with Falks within here. And again, it is going to be dependent on the formations you have and exactly what heroes you utilize. Because in a situation like this, you could pop a Nara in here, again, to kind of counter Falks. If you had the one copy of the Awakened version of Aziz, you could use him. If you had a copy of Athalia, you could actually do the same on a higher level, could actually counter Falks right off the bat. And again, at level 1, it's not going to work. But essentially allowing Daimon to live. That is really the primary goal when you're going through here, when you're going through early game, is you do want to keep Daimon alive, guys. I cannot stress it enough. That is the hero that you want to keep alive through this entire thing. Pets, it's really going to be whatever you have. You can see we have a 13, an 8, and a 6, or a 7. A majority of the elite pets, the smaller pets, will actually do incredibly well early game until you get a little bit further, till you start building out these heroes again a little bit further. Now, again, with formations and building out those specific heroes, it gave us the opportunity to actually push through the tower. And again, with the specific formations, I built out a couple tower heroes, which is the reason I always keep at least 5 heroes. In every single one of these factions, I keep at least 5 heroes. There was a point that we had to go through here with the Resonating Crystal, actually swap heroes in and out, in and out, in and out, depending on the build that we had within these heroes. But now we're to the point where with AFK rewards, you can actually build out, as you see, a couple more slots here where the heroes do work incredibly well with where we do have them built, allowing us to make the King's Tower progression. Now, again, thinking early game, thinking mid game, there's a couple ways you want to do this, guys. Now, going through the campaign, there will be a point, again, that you kind of grind it enough to where you hit a wall, meaning that you need more essence to level up some of these heroes to actually make additional progression. So at that point, I go over to the Dark Forest, go through the King's Tower, guys, grind this out. Remember, we can still do 20 floors every single time the tower is up. So you're going to grind out this. You're going to grind out the regular King's Tower because of the gold aspect you're going to get here. Super, super huge, as well as the other resources. Now, once the King's Tower is kind of completed, go to the Peaks of Time, guys. This is an area, again, that you're going to want to focus on. Wondrous Pouch, absolute phenomenal place to get scrolls, to get more heroes, guys. The point that you're at right now of making progression within AFK Arena, getting into mid-game, is really utilizing anything that you can, utilizing the PvP aspect, utilizing the voyages, the thrilling voyages, which I think, yep, they're already up at this point. Crimson Snow is up. Hunter's Note's a lot further. Any progression that I can make in here is going to be super beneficial, guys. This, again, is the midpoint of the game where you start opening a lot of things up, even like the Arcane Labyrinth. We start going through here. We've almost gotten a couple more stages. We'll get the Dismal Maze, but you'll continue to unlock a lot more, including the Celestials and Hypogean heroes as we continue. This, again, is the big part of the game mode where you're focusing on things like the Elder Tree. Again, the Elder Tree here is capped because this was the power level account that we were building up. But you will literally go game mode to game mode to game mode at this point to make progression. Even the Temple Rift, guys, grinding out the Rift as much as you can, again, is going to yield you additional loot, which is what you're looking for, because that will get you unstuck when you're going through the mid game. Again, we logged on. I don't even know where we're at with this. Where's our logons? Logged on 39 days. So even though we stopped playing again a couple months ago, it took us a month, theoretically, probably about 35 days to get here, because I know there were a couple days towards the end that we really didn't log in. So probably about a month, maybe a little bit of a month to get 24 chapters in, which, again, in my opinion, the progression could have been a little bit quicker if we would have focused a little bit more, but we were strictly going into the power leveling, seeing where we could build these heroes out. Now at this point, again, we're going to have to wait till we get more resources to actually build out some of these heroes, because for a majority of them, 200, just like you see right here, is as far as they can go until we start getting more ascended heroes in here. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview of the formations that I'm running in here with Daimon, specifically the heroes that we're building out of the wish list, and also just a kind of a quick overview of how to get unstuck, guys. Really going through these game modes, making sure, again, that you're making progression, honestly, continuously through these game modes, going through the campaign once you get stuck, the Labyrinth, the King's Tower, the Peaks of Time, the Voyages, Arena of Heroes. Once you go through there, guys, you're going to move over, you're going to do your guild bosses, you're going to do some of that, try to level up some beasts, and literally just go back through the rotation time and time again until you can make some progression. Again, natural stopping points within AFK Arena that you will find, and that is really either gold or it is going to be your essence. This, again, is really one of the two stopping points. Right now, I have enough heroes, or I have enough essence, but I don't have the heroes. I don't have enough copies of the Awakened heroes at this point that we can build with the Awakened version of Belinda coming, guys. I did get 50 time emblems, so overall, I don't even think it's open yet. I don't think, which it is now. But again, Stargazing, we built that copy of the twins, and now with these 50 cards, these are literally the 50 cards we got from the Awakened version of Belinda, which was really cool to see. But getting an Awakened hero, guys, early game, mid game, I would probably go with Solus. I know we don't have any copies of Solus out of here, just because of the support aspect when it comes to Daimon is going to help you a ton when it comes to progression. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.